accommodating throughout this process. We want to also acknowledge our national committeemen for their principled leadership. And finally, we want to extend our appreciation to the entire state delegation for accepting us into the Virginia Republican fold. We've asked for your audience today for a number of reasons that sit at the heart of our desire to be an active and enthusiastic part of the Republican Party. Surely it's no secret to anyone here that we represent the revolutionary spirit of the grassroots phenomenon that is the Ron Paul revolution. It's also no secret that our enthusiasm for a certain brand of conservatism has met at loggerheads with some of the other factions that comprise significant constituencies within the party as it exists today. Today, we come before you out of a desire to reconcile many of these differences in perspective that have remained largely unresolved or worse, unaddressed by our often feuding camps through the heat of this presidential primary season. We wish to offer you a vision of unity, and as a natural consequence of that elusive quality of solidarity, victory for the Republican Party now and for years and decades to come. We have chosen to become engaged in the political process because we are gravely concerned with the current direction of our country. We've chosen the Republican Party because of the principles put forth in the Republican Creed. And we're here today because like-minded constituents chose us. As the future of the Republican Party, we want to share and spread our values with anyone who's willing to listen. We have as much at stake in the preservation of our party's principles as any one of you, because the future of this country, which we, the younger generation, are beginning to inherit, depends on it. That is what attracted us to Dr. Ron Paul. His character, courage, and consistent voting record after 30 years in Washington is legendary. His candidacy is quickly coming to an end, but the values that he represents will carry on with each and every one of us long after this election cycle. In the immediate term, however, we recognize the gravity of party unity in this pivotal election. Indeed, we agree that unity of the party is that essential ingredient that ensures either our inevitable success if we have it, or our impending defeat if we fail to capture it. We want you to know that while we represent the Ron Paul Republicans in Virginia, we accept Mitt Romney as our nominee, but we sincerely hope that our voices will be heard under the Big Ten of ideas that the Republican Party promises. In our delegation for Virginia, we have the opportunity to lead the nation in showing true party unity, which has been a primary goal of the Republican National Convention. The liberal media have made it their mission to paint a divisive nature within the party. We'd like to propose a symbolic solution that will give substantial evidence showing that we have energetic young people willing to use their resources to defeat Barack Obama. We are looking toward our elders for counsel. We want to facilitate a discourse that will strengthen the common bonds and core beliefs we share. Unity cannot be achieved if tolerance is absent, though. For deeply personal reasons, we are requesting your help as we draw the Ron Paul campaign to a close in Virginia. We feel compelled to finish the task our coalition started, a task we campaigned on and for which we were elected to fulfill. Allow us also to fulfill a pledge to our constituents and our conscience. We are humbly asking for your consent to allow us to put Ron Paul's name forth in nomination by signing on with us to the RNC form we've brought with us this morning. Under Republican Party of Virginia rules, we are still pledged to vote for Mitt Romney, so this gesture has little tangible significance to our delegation or to the eventual nomination of Mitt Romney. But to those of us on this stage, inspired and enthusiastic about the future prospects of our party, it is imperative to us that we are allowed this voice. This is something we can take back from Tampa to our constituents that would ignite all those who we represent and evidence to them that the Republican Party of Virginia is ready to call them home to an effective political engine that includes and accepts them as people of integrity and indispensable value. We accept the concessions that must be made amongst the Ron Paul Republicans if we are to defeat President Obama in November. This is for the betterment of the party, and it is critical to the fate of the United States. As we extend our olive branch, we respectfully ask for this symbolic token from our delegation. We are in this for the long run. We understand our role is vital to the longevity of the Republican Party, and we are excited that Virginia has been a bellwether of party inclusion, as proven by the relative ease with which we have been welcomed and honored with such distinguishments as the positions we hold here. We ask that the ideas of liberty voiced by Ron Paul that closely reflect our Republican creed be accepted by any that are willing to make our party tent bigger. This is an opportunity to capture the enthusiasm and loyalty of an entire generation of Republicans. This is that moment to raise the integrity of the Republican Party, the Virginia way. Thank you.
Thank you all. And I say, talking to him, we will have 100% support from these guys and the other Ron Paul folks, the Tea Party, because we can't win it unless we're unified. And I think that's the message they're conveying, that they're with us, we're with them, and the common goal for all of us is to win the White House, to win the U.S. Senate. So, guys, I thank you all for your commitment. We look forward to your support around with your age group around Virginia. Morton, where are you? Come on up here. I've gotten several questions.